We're going to carry on with this.
Oh, I'm so awkward. I'm so awkward.
Okay, so kind of off camera, I decided to pull this bed section off to see how good these rails were. This guy's a little crispy, this guy's a little crispy, that guy's really crispy. I have ordered one of them, and an outer rocker panel and a B-pillar and a quarter that I'm probably not going to use and a center section for the frame. I have a feeling that I'm going to end up replacing this entire panel because I porked down there pretty good, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to fix that the way that I want to. Plus, I kind of want to use that for something, but I still need one on this side. And it doesn't make sense to me to buy the panel to cut that out and not use the rest of the panel. I might as well use the whole panel and then save that to do another thing with. So today, or at least the first thing I want to do today, I got to pull the rest of these hinge plates off, and then we're going to continue cutting the bed off, which will take some time. So, oh boy, yeah. Let me start hacking away on these. It's gonna need fire and that thing again, and then we can start trying to get this guy off. All right, now I just got to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we can do that. So let me get the rest of these guys off and carry on. All right, I've got the bed cleared off, and I'm going to start trying to remove this. There's some bolts holding these corners in, and obviously spot welds in the middle that I got to find as I pry this off. But what I'm going to do for now is just take the angle grinder and kind of go around the outer edge, because the bed is folded over the quarters. So I'm just, rather than try to pry it and ruin this more, I'm just going to cut this off and go all the way around. And hopefully that will make it a little bit easier to get this up. It seemed to work pretty well for me when I did this half, but we'll see how it goes for the rest of it. I suppose at this juncture, I will probably just put the same music that I always use for everything. microphone's on. Wow, what a wild pain in the ass that was. I want to go through and like clean up the edges and get all the sharp bits off. I made a little bit of a mistake here, and now this is boned. A couple of these cross members are bad anyway, so I'm going to end up replacing a few of them. Most of them are pretty good. I got to pull some dents out because I chose to pull the panel off like an idiot. If you pry on it, it's going to ruin the thing that you're prying against. So now all of this is not flat, and I'm going to have to try to pull those out. So now I want to try to get as much of this floor out as I can. I don't want to pull the tank yet. Not that there's a lot of floor left underneath that, but I think what I'm going to try to do at some point is just get like a regular, because I'm running off of an electric pump anyway. I'm just going to get a jerry can that I can stick over here and feed that off of so that this can remain movable. And then I'll drain the tank and pull it out. But for now, I want to try to get these two panels out of here. At least on this side, I haven't looked at the other one yet, but it looks like the rocker is completely detached from both ends. So I'm probably just going to cut along here to get this out so I can try to see what's left and then take it out however it wants to come out. I'm kind of limited in how I can get it out because of the space. But however it wants to come, I'll just let it come that way. Okay. I still got to get some corrugation off and figure out what to do up here, but I think that's enough noise and metal for today. So it's going to be a few things I'm going to try to do on Sunday that I'm not going to film because there's going to be other people working here and it's just going to be loud. So it's mostly just going to be like cleaning and straightening and trying to figure out what exactly I'm doing. So I'm sure there will be more. All right, good morning, friends. It's a very cold Saturday morning, and I think we're gonna continue on the single cab today. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do. I feel like it's mostly gonna be a lot of removing metal again, more metal. I think what I might actually try to do is pull this guy out and this guy out so that I can replace this piece of metal, this guy, and I may actually put the new rail that goes in here in place as well. I think now that I have actual lighting back here, I want to get the single cab in here. In order to do that, I have to pull all of these out and Rachel's car and do some like rearranging in here so that I can get this in and try to do them things. But first, difficult. And then we're going to crank. All right, so I've got this nice and clean, which means now we can try to get Gloria in here. I want to back her in, Bert back her in, back rack, back whoever. So I think I'm going to put a little jerry can over here and try to get this feed into that. And I don't have a belt on because I stole this one to put it on Clementine because hers let go, and even though I have another one right here, I can't be bothered to put it on, so we're gonna have to make this quick. Let me see if I can get something in here and get that running, and we'll see what happens. It's not charging anymore. That's interesting. All right, let's see how much room I got. It's looking pretty good on both sides here. And obviously, here in the back, I got plenty of room too. I could probably stand to come back another couple of feet or so, but I think this is at least good enough for today. I don't know why it's not charging. That's interesting. I might have ripped some wires somewhere. Might just be on poorly or whatever, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. I'm mostly just running it so that I can get it in and out of the shop at this point. Is that wet or is it a shadow? That's a shadow. All right, so let me continue cleaning. I don't really want to keep Cora right there. I'm going to bring her up this way and maybe move some of the other cars back in, because if I'm back here, I don't like not being able to see them. Once I do that, then we can start trying to figure out what the hell we're doing today. All right, well, now that we've cleaned the metal bay, we can start making a mess in the metal bay. So I want to take this cross member out, which, unlike most of the other ones, is going to be a little bit more of a process because of the cross member that's welded underneath it. It's got spot welds all the way down the sides and on the ends to this, whereas the rest of these have the ends and just on the main rails. So I'm going to start trying to get this guy out. Hopefully it'll be fairly easy because of how crappy this metal already is. I am going to have to take this one out, even though it's good, just so that I can, when I replace this panel, I can go a little bit underneath where this one's going to be and a little bit underneath where this one's going to be, so that it looks fairly seamless. The other day, I don't think I filmed it, but the other day I did take some measurements so that I've written them down so that I have all of these spaced back where they're going to be. This one will be pretty easy to locate because it's going to go right on top of this cross member, and because I have the measurements, I should be able to get this one back where it's supposed to be. So let me start. I got to figure out how I'm going to ruin this, and then we can start ruining it. So I guess let me get a hammer and chisel and see what breaks. Alright, so I didn't originally intend on taking that lower piece out, but I was getting impatient, because I always get impatient, and because Wolfsburg West sells the divider that goes down the bottom as part of like a 6-piece kit that includes that piece that's over here and the piece that's over here and that piece that's still attached there, I figured I'll just replace all of it. There's no, like, I gotta buy the whole kit, I might as well put everything in. So I've got to figure out how to get that piece out. It appears to be fairly integral to the latch for the treasure chest door, so I've got to figure that out. And it looks like that main rail is getting a little thin in pretty much the same area, so I'll probably take a section of this out to do just like that. So now I got to try to get this guy out, and I think it's going to be much the same as trying to get this out, so I'm just going to do that. And then once we get ready to put some fresh metal in, I'll, you know, pick up the camera again. All right, I've got the thing out, and I made a mistake because I'm an idiot. Because of how I took that first one out, you know, I basically cut it out. I, like an idiot, you know, made a cut on this one and then realized that I didn't want to replace this whole thing. So I'm going to have to reform this and try to weld it on that, because this is still good, or it was before I ruined it. So I'm going to try to salvage that so I don't have to buy 10 of these things, because they're kind of expensive. The other thing that I found was that this channel is full of stuff. So now I'm going to make another mistake and pull all of these cross members off so I can open up both of these main rail channels and clean them out and paint them, and then you know, put some metal back over them. I'm sure that's not going to bite me in the ass or snowball at all.
Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic got to say. I got them picking up the pieces. That to me, you really playing with your life. I'm about to come and run it all back. I'm the new era, about to snap back. You ain't fitting for it, cause you all cap like. Hold up, I shoot my shot. Wait, hold up. I'm really about to run this go up. You know it's all net when it go up. Thank God. got no other plans, you don't need to understand, ayy. We on overtime, you don't need to understand, ayy. You just show them how to do it when you don't know what to say. Tell me how you plan to win if you plan to play it safe.
Moving fast, already gone, yeah, but you bringing me back. Try to double cross me, dog, just let me relax. Stop assuming what we doing, keep it moving, what we doing. Cause it can get dangerous, cause it can get dangerous, cause it can get dangerous.
Ay, please don't play no games with me, I promise I'm too much. Ay, I can never let up even if you had enough. Ay, this ain't for the faint of heart, we always playing rough. I had enough.
Right, this is take two. I went through my entire spiel before realizing that I did not put my microphone back on. Now that I have the cross members out, I can start pulling the top section of metal off of these main rails so that I can clean and paint and whatever. Was the way I pulled these cross members off correct? Absolutely not. I have destroyed these outer rails and that partition. I may try to save those. I know that I'm going to replace these sections over here, but I don't know if these in the back are available, so I may have to repair these. On this side anyway, that'll be a lot easier because I'm going to be pulling this side panel off to replace that, and that'll just make it easier for me to fix this box. I don't think I'm going to do any of that today because after spending what feels like 18 hours drilling spot welds and hammer and chiseling everything apart, my elbow and shoulder are killing me, and it is 4 o'clock. And I kind of want to go home and harass the cat. So probably sometime this coming week, I'll start doing this and see if I can at least clean those channels out. And then I'll show you what I'm talking about, but there's a big thin spot over here that now I have way more access to. This right here is very thin and very soft. And because I want to put a diesel heater in and I think it's going to end up there, I may focus on this fairly soon. I'm probably going to clean this area up and see how much metal I have to work with. And then, you know, I have the access to it. And to just like clean other bits and pieces, you know, I may wait until I have the whole bottom side of this done before I put these top rails back on, because I have, look at all this, the room for activities that I have up here now. You know, so that's the plan right now. Anyway, we'll see how well executed that becomes. But yeah, so I'll see you some other day this week, I guess. It's another day. It's very cold. And we're gonna continue making a whole bunch of noise and breaking stuff on Gloria. So kind of off camera, I've started opening this channel up so that I can get all of that stuff out of there. I definitely don't want to leave that in. So up here, I'm probably only going to go maybe up to here, because the metal that's here, while it's you know, getting a little thin, I'm going to really struggle to get down there to weld a new piece in. So I kind of only want to go as far as I can to have access to fix it later. So this took me, I think, almost 2 hours the other day. So I have a feeling that it's going to take me quite some time to get both of these open so that I can clean this out the way that I want to. So I'm not going to bother filming it. But when I get to the point that I can maybe clean and paint probably at least one of them, then I will, you know, start filming again, and we can try to carry on some. And certainly, obviously, when I close one of them up. So give me some time to get at least this done, and you know, see you in a few seconds. Okay, I've got this side open, and I want to show you why I opened it. I didn't want to leave any of that in there. Where'd little homie go? This little guy is still alive, but he's soon to be eaten by a vacuum. So I'm going to vacuum as much of this crap out of here as I can and try to get all the loose stuff out. And then I have to, you know, smooth out these surfaces here all the way down and fill all the holes that I made. And then once that's done, I'll paint it with something. And then we can get to work on the other side. Once they are both done, I'll plate over this, over both of these, and then we can carry on. I'm hoping maybe also to start looking at that soon. But yeah, so let me get the vacuum over here. Might need also a blowgun, but that's next step. I guess since I'm going to weld it, I'm not going to bother trying to straighten it out yet because it's just going to warp it. So I guess we're just going to go straight to welding now. All right, so obviously I had to drill a lot of these out. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through and fill in all the divots from drilling and the holes and whatever I can so that it's as smooth as I can get it before I start to, you know, weld that top plate back on. So I got a lot to do. Blowing holes. This is gonna be fun. Alright, so I welded up all the holes, I ground them back, I painted the inside of the channel with some rust reformer and the this upper flat surface here with some weld-through primer. So the next step is going to be finding a big-ass piece of metal that I can potentially turn into two slightly less big-ass pieces of metal to cover this whole thing with. And I think I have something, I just have to clean it up because it's got some surface rust on it. And then once I have that ready to go in, you should just be able to, you know, weld over the top, and this will be closed, and then I can do the other side. So let me see if I can dig that big ass piece of metal out of here. We can figure out if it's something I can clean up easily or not. Oh God, I feel like I'm carrying space. Oh, it's so floppy. All right, so obviously the palm sander was not doing good, and I got the wire wheel, and that's still not doing good. And honestly, there's parts of this piece of metal that have like pits, and I don't think I can use this. I got it for free. I figured I'd try, and I just I don't want to put metal that's already on its way to being shit back into an area that I just pulled shit metal off of. So I gotta see if I can find a piece about this size, honestly, of good metal there's got to be someone who sells sheet metal around here, so that I can cut it up and put it in that area, which means this is probably a good point to end the video, just so I can try to get something out this week, because it's Wednesday, and you know, I try to put something out on Friday. So thank you very much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a like, leave a comment, share with your friends. You can follow me on WickedWorks on Instagram, and you know, we'll see you at the next one. And remember, you're gonna die.